have a question for you. I'm just curious, people that are promoting comedy shows, what kind of unique things they do to get bodies in the seat. Above and beyond Facebook marketing and regular social media, what other things do you do? Curious.
Comics all the time. And we're talking about these one-off shows here and around the country about people. How do they market and how do they promote those shows? Now, how do you market those shows in particular? Because it is to a particular niche, they want to see clean comedy.
Yeah, it's kind of a constant challenge, particularly in today's environment, because what one time worked extremely well for clubs to get cheeks in the seats, it's not necessarily working whether you're doing a clean show or not. It's that you've really got to continue to evolve and adapt, and that's one of the things we've seen. Radio occasionally gets some movement, but it's not what it once was. Print media is almost it's one of those terms where most people today don't even remember when there was a thing called a newspaper. It's news on my phone or news on my computer, and so we've had to kind of evolve and adapt. A lot of social media is pretty much heavy on our marketing aspect of things. Is using a number of different platforms on social media to do that. We still try to leverage the broadcast market. We've actually developed a really good relationship here in the Indianapolis area with Wish TV 8, and so we've done a pretty good job of cycling comics in for interviews and that before they are coming in for a show, and then we do a lot of during the midweek time frames. A lot of times on Thursday nights we'll carve out a time to do a comedy for a cause event for local charity, those types of things. And we get a lot of return from local media when it comes to radio and TV, talking about the comedy for a cause event, but then also talking about Gutties and what we do on beyond that. And so
you bring in the headliner for that Thursday show? That's like a one-off show for the rest of his week?
Yeah, we a lot of times if I've got a guy booked for Friday and Saturday night, I'll have him come in a day early, and we'll use him for the comedy for a cause event, and we'll get him in with as many media outlets as they're willing to do, and what we can do to kind of help promote the events. But it does a little bit helping promote them as a comic as well. And I think that's the big thing, that having come to the club side of this from, working as a traveling comic, I realized that I want to do as much as I can to promote the comics that are coming in while I'm promoting the club.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the things that I wish I would have done a little bit better a job before, when I was just doing the traveling comic side of things. I wish I would have worked at least twice as hard promoting the events as I did trying to get the events.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
time now, how are you doing? I know Lakeland is a very well-knit community and very supportive. And I'm sure you being on the radio helps, which is
of course,
fantastic.
yeah.
How is in a couple of minutes worth here, like the marketing? Well, what do you see yourself doing or going to be doing when it comes to advertising and getting even more people and selling out as many shows as possible? What are you doing?
Well, as far as marketing goes, I do a lot of social media marketing. So, and Winter Haven is an older crowd, especially for 6 to 7 months out of the year. It's all snowbirds. So they all have a Facebook page. So our marketing is largely focused on Facebook, but I'm trying to get into Instagram, and we're going to get a TikTok going soon, things like that, so that we can start drawing the younger crowd in as well. But we do advertise on the radio station. They allowed me to do that, which is, I think, mostly because of the pandemic. When all of the advertisers started pulling their money,
Sure.
they were like, yes, we'll bring in whoever. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So we do a little advertising on the radio station
Good.
that I do pay for, by the way. I want to get
Yeah.
that out there.
Of course.
But yeah, that's our marketing strategy, is social media and radio right now. We don't have any television ads or anything like that. And then occasionally I do award-winning podcasts.
Hey,
You're putting up with the Comedians Uncorked podcast, live from the Sunshine State, Florida.
If you like what you saw, we got that and more on our YouTube channel, Comedians Uncorked. And please hit that subscribe button.